Why do you keep on trying to bother? What?
Holy shit, the door just slammed. Are you a demon? What was that?
Say that again.
Did I say yes?
Yeah, I heard yes. Or are you a... What is going on?
And we are back once again. What's up? What's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Guy. Three of us. You can see we're a little light on panel tonight, which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
What a long, rough weekend, right, for everybody?
Oh my gosh, it's been crazy.
Yeah, you've been a world traveler.
Right? Right? All over the place.
Yeah. Well, this is Cryptic Heartland Podcast, episode, we believe, 62.
Yeah.
Just
Something like that.
So we ran everybody else off the show, apparently, and nobody wanted to come tonight. So it's like we were saying before the stream started, we got the three oldest members here that are still around and kicking. So tonight's episode is sponsored by Depends, and also I don't know what else is there for. Come on, you work in the health field.
You're older than me.
Whatever. And he's older than me, so.
Yeah, well,
So, yep.
Are we good
some
on
things just
stream?
get better with age.
I don't know. I know we are on Facebook.
Facebook?
I mean,
What's
are we good on Facebook too? I'm trying to
I don't see anything yet.
get pulled up here. Sorry, guys. We had a little bit technical difficulties tonight. Just cause we did.
Because we can.
That's right. So I apologize for everything.
I think YouTube's going, but I don't know about Facebook yet.
Yeah.
I get a picture that says this live video should start soon. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah.
I don't have patience. We're not doctors. Boo, bad joke. A lot of bad joke, one or two of those tonight. So, anyway,
Lena says hello.
I did
Lena,
see
can
Lena.
you see us?
She watching from Facebook or
Yeah, on Facebook.
the YouTubes. Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, she does say hello. Cryptic Heartland says hello.
Well, I just said that.
I was kidding.
Anyway.
All right. Well, like I said, once again, apologize for the late starting of the show. We had a
I didn't get off work in time.
Oh,
I
no.
got called into work. This is the life of a manager, so.
And Jason and I were scrambling to try to get things put together real fast, the best that we could, and
I'm not very good at it. So.
who was? Apparently, I wasn't either. I thought I had everything under control and didn't have anything under control, so it's all good. So, well,
It's a little more complicated than it looks sometimes.
especially when you're panicking, trying to get it done. It's like the old duck saying, you know.
Did you say we are good on YouTube?
Good on
YouTube's perfect,
YouTube.
yeah. I see YouTube up and running.
Facebook's still not doesn't have a
Doesn't show any
What the
video.
heck?
picture. Yeah.
Facebook is killing me lately.
That's all it's been, yeah. Facebook's been the problem child. Used to be the YouTube. Well, no, I don't remember if it was. But yeah, so we'll continue.
Yep.
So as Jason takes a big drink, your turn. Go.
Yeah.
No. Well, like I said, we've been busy. We did take the last week off. We just needed the break, and plus, Jeremiah was out traveling the mountains and with his new bride. So congratulations to Jeremiah and Stephanie on their wedding. It was a beautiful wedding. It was fun. Had a good time.
Yeah,
and,
we did.
and then it snowed day after you left. So I blame
Right.
you.
we drove into snow on the I think it was just the other side of Dodge when we were headed out.
Oh, really? Yeah, you drove right into the storm.
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
it late Sunday night. We all came over here and sat around, watched some football, and when we left, it kind of came down.
I guess it's just chat for Facebook.
That's what
there's no picture.
what Lena just said.
No, sad
What the
face.
heck?
Yeah, there was some updates to the software people at home. That's why we're having a little trouble also too with the normal streams. Doesn't make any sense, but we'll be up and running. So, meantime, we'll continue to talk while Jeremiah.
We are on Facebook or YouTube, so
Yeah.
you can go there and watch us there.
Yep. If you want to see our ugly
that.
mugs, otherwise they can hear us apparently, can't they? So.
They said the chat's working, but I don't know about actually hearing us or anything. I doubt so because since
That's
we
true.
don't
Just have a video.
Yeah.
No Facebook video feed. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's comment real quick here. Apologize. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we apologize, people at home. It'll be coming here shortly. On YouTube, I want to say hi to Lena. Also to Chop 462. I believe you're the guy that called in recently. So we never caught your name. We apologize. You know the name now? Oh, what? Why are you looking at me? You know the secret name?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
So we enjoyed your phone call. Yeah, call back in any time. We'll get that
Absolutely.
up here. Hopefully short. We're, like I said, having a little trouble. Get it set up here, no biggie. But so last night you guys had an investigation. It sounded like. I know you did.
No.
but- I know you did.
Yeah. It was an amazing time.
Okay.
It was at the Nez County Bank Building,
Right.
our second live event there, and it was packed. It was sold out.
Keep talking.
Everyone showed up, and it was a great time. It was
I'll be right back. Keep talking.
had a lot of activity, and I think every what's that?
Scoot up just a little bit. Sorry, I
Yeah.
apologize. People at home. Oh, okay. Squeeze through my test, skinny Jason.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So we're just kind of out of it right now. Barely got any sleep, as Leo kind of dies behind the scenes there. But we're doing okay. We got home about 2 a.m. or 2 a.m. We got about 2 p.m. this afternoon. I think I only slept about an hour,
Oh my
maybe
gosh.
30 minutes. I was freezing on the floor, and it was freezing outside. So it was. But everybody else was smart and brought their sleeping bags, because that's how I announced it, to bring your sleeping bags, your air mattresses, and then I go off and I forget everything. So I was sleeping with my arms tucked inside my shirt, laying
I
on
hate that.
laying on my bag and everything. But it was interesting because while we were all sleeping, because everybody kind of went to bed at a decent time.
What time did you say?
And
it
we've
was
got
on?
we've got a lot more stories to tell about
Yeah.
what happened last night. But
Right.
while we were laying there, and I could hear, of course, Roth and Dan snoring, and Lena's
Sawing those
husband, and
logs.
Lena's husband was snoring too.
Oops.
But I thought I heard it, and Lena even said she heard it.
Okay.
But there's a yell
Oh, really?
somewhere inside the building, and there's constant walking around
Oh, wow.
that I knew because Cody and a bunch of others went up to the third floor to
Uh-huh.
pass out. They were out like a light. Everyone hit their pillow. They went to sleep.
Not
except
everybody.
me.
I was
Except
gonna
for
say, not
me.
everybody.
I laid there
That sucks,
just
man.
listening and listening.
Right.
And
You were scared. Don't lie.
no, I was
I'm kidding.
constantly just thinking if, because it sounded like people were coming off the staircase.
Yeah.
And coming down. I even got up at one point to even go over around and peek, because I was in that little office.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Dan was over there on the other side of the table. I was on the other side. And I kept peeking around the corner of the office door to see if there was actually
Right.
anybody coming, and there wasn't.
Which, if you go back to our, what was it called? I can't think of what it's called. Our little promo we did, excuse me, for the event. I believe you're talking about the staircase he pointed to where the shadow was walking through anyways, right?
Uh-huh.
So, which is interesting you say you hear the footsteps, because that's exactly where that shadow was captured. And also, too, the people at home that never been there, it's it's 4 levels, but 3 of them have wood floors. The stairs are wood, so I mean and it echoes pretty loud. If you walk on the actual stairs, it's gonna give some noise, some vibration, some noise. So if you're hearing something, maybe you heard exactly what you thought you heard, and obviously you couldn't see it. Maybe it was that shadow person that you had captured before and
yeah.
talked about, you and Brendan.
I was hoping so. I was hoping that I'd peek around the corner and actually see that,
Mhm.
but because I was telling the story last night to a lot of people,
Right.
and it just, it didn't happen like that. But how's Facebook doing?
Says it's expired. Facebook is no more.
Facebook is no more. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Jeremiah's redoing it.
Yeah, no worries.
On the scene. So, but that's interesting. Yeah, like I said, that's exactly where we caught that. Well, in the promo, like I said, as you're talking, I think I'm filming you, and we're just having a conversation about this shadow, and we see
Yeah.
that shadow walk in front of the window, right on cue. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's nobody. Okay, to the skeptic at home would probably say, well, somebody outside. Well, yeah, it could be, but if you know the layout, there's a building right next to it, a courtyard that goes right there below.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the second floor. I mean, we're on the first main floor, but it's actually the second floor up because it's
Mhm.
off the ground, probably I don't know.
Several feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
several feet.
So that's not the case. 'Cause I thought the same thing too when I watched that video. I even went back after we went. Well, I mean, next time we were out there and said, I know what it is. It's got to be somebody walking outside. Well, you can't because there's a building right adjacent to it that you can't.
It's gated up and
Yeah.
everything. So yeah.
So there's no way nobody can, unless somebody's walking on the roof on the building across. Which, I mean, yes, is it possible?
Right.
Very small, but yes. But that's not what it is.
Yeah.
So what we saw was definitely in the building with us, as you had seen it, which makes me wonder: is it, is it intelligent or is it, a residual? Because I mean,
Everything last night was pointing to being intelligence.
Right.
There. It wasn't anything that was just residual in any way, because
Sure.
it was just. And we apologize about the dog that's barking upstairs.
what dog? I
so-
don't hear a dog.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But no, it was very intelligent throughout the night on many levels.
Mm-hmm.
Of intelligence, but on every floor each group was having something happen, and I swear each guest had a story to
Mhm.
tell that night, and it was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I bet, man. I love that place. I was disappointed that I couldn't go, and they were going to go live last night on live feed, but probably because where the location is, it's just so isolated. I think the cell service out there is very, very spotty. So the hotspot wouldn't work out there, so we apologize. Couldn't bring it to you live. Also apologize for the dogs upstairs. There's no way we can get them to
Wow,
quiet down. But
it's just kind of a mess of an episode, right?
yeah. Yep. But
That's all right.
yeah, no, but that's crazy that you said that you saw that you heard the footsteps and
Yeah, and she heard a yell. I heard a yell. I asked
that's
Cody if they heard anything from the third floor, and he was like, "No, we were all out."
wow.
We were all out. So, no, it was very interesting on that aspect of like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't coming from outside. It sounded like it was inside. And another thing is I can attest to what Lena was hearing as well. There were voices and talking throughout like you could hear it on the main floor where we
Really?
were sleeping. Anytime anybody moved or like started to shuffle around in their sleeping bag or their air mattress, the talking would stop.
Really? Like
And
you startled them?
Yes, and then it was talk again because Lena got up to go use the restroom, and she even said that she noticed that it stopped and quiet. But once she got settled in, it started talking again.
That is crazy.
And it sounded like a couple women possibly talking and having a conversation, which is the same thing that everybody was saying was happening upstairs as
Wow.
well.
Interesting.
So,
Which we know the history of the bank itself. Obviously, it was a bank back years ago. It used to have teller windows everywhere, and you first walked in on the main level. We know upstairs on the second level used to be at one point apartments, which we knew there was females that lived there. Because one of the board members that's been with us a couple times out there mentioned that he used to be babysit by one of them, so he knew her name specifically, and we had tried to talk to her because he knew her and tried to draw her out that way. Which Rose told me an interesting story on the way here earlier. He was telling me that he had some interaction with somebody on the second floor, which we'll try to save some of that stuff when they come, when Rose and everybody, Dan and Jake and everybody who was out there last night, we'll try to get them to come out and tell some of their stories and you know, some of the things that happened. I didn't get to go. Jeremiah didn't get to go. It was Jason.
I can attest to some of the stories that and the things that I even encountered and witnessed last night. And it was a fun time.
Good. Good. That's awesome, because I knew the last time we were out there, we talked about it many times on this podcast here, that had the, you know, in the basement, the interaction with the thing jumping out and saying boo, that I swore was one of our investigators, but
I went back
wasn't.
down. I went back down with the guest. She was there with some other friends, with some girlfriends instead of her the friend that she was with the last time.
Well, they had a whole bunch of them last time. There was like probably about
he wasn't
7
there
of them.
though.
I didn't think
he wasn't there.
He probably won't come back. He was pretty freaked out.
She did come back. She enjoyed it. I think she was a little kind of nervous about going back downstairs.
Right.
But she was actually getting a lot of interaction upstairs.
Wow. That's
on
incredible.
the third floor and second. I mean, it was amazing. And so, I mean, she lives there in town,
right,
and everything. So she's local, and her family also knew some of the people that had worked there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that connection, and had the opportunity to talk to her parents actually the very next morning.
What did her parents have to say about it? Because
they were actually like amazed and startled by everything. I mean, they were very interested to hear what we said.
Oh, cool.
And I think they actually believed what we were saying. The dad was just like amazed, and the mom was just talking us like crazy, you know. Just we probably stood there for the next 15 minutes talking to him about, because Roth was with them.
Yeah.
When they were starting to have that interactions.
Yeah,
and stuff.
he was telling me a little bit about that.
But I was the one that went with him back down later on that evening to do the session where she was starting to get some more interaction and possibly more of a storyline to what happened to her last time.
Wow.
So nothing came out, screamed or grabbed, or no one got hurt. No one. Well.
Did Paula fall down the stairs again, even though she wasn't
No,
there?
there's no falling down the stairs.
She wasn't even there.
No one got shoved or anything. There was something else that happened. I'll wait till we're up and going, maybe a little bit later. But there was something that is interesting that you'll like. Because when I told the girl that had the experience last time, she was just like, "You're kidding me! No way!"
That's awesome.
You know, because it involves another person that was there last night.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
That's exciting.
So yeah, it was interesting. It was a lot of fun. I hate the fact that you guys missed it.
It's all right. I've been
But
there.
at the same time, I'm like, haha, you guys you missed a lot of fun there.
Well, at least Jeremiah and I both have been there.
I know.
A couple of times, you know, and we know what the place has to offer. It's very exciting. It's very cool, and I'd love to go back. I'm sure we'll go back again sometime. So, yeah.
I definitely plan on it. I was really bummed when I wasn't able to end up going this weekend, but just family stuff and whatever. But yeah, it was. I've always had just a blast there. So
Definitely, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I only missed once. This time was the only time I think I have gone out there.
Yeah, you've gone every time. You've been
Twice, I think.
I've been twice.
Yeah,
Twice.
I thought it was twice. He went the very first time we went out
and then you
there.
went to the public event.
yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
No, I didn't get to go to a public event there.
He went the very first time we were going out there as
Okay.
a group. Yeah, we all went.
And then
So we
the
stayed.
second time I thought it was just you, me, Paul, and Michelle. 'Cause
There
that's
was-
when Paula had
Maybe
the,
it was just once.
Yeah, there was.
Maybe
one
it
time
was just once that I've been there.
because that's when Paula had the. I would keep mentioning Paula, but I had to keep using her as a example.
what not to do.
What not to do. But I also explained to everybody that that is another, it was so real to Paula.
Mhm.
Now, the second time we were ever
Was
there.
I mean, you have to know Paula to really
Yeah.
understand that really means something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
she's one of the biggest skeptics in the group.
Definitely. Yep. So no, that was and she saw what she saw, and she
Yes.
went after it. And
Mhm.
one thing you don't do is chase something down the stairs in the dark, especially with their wood floor. The wood
Right.
floor is real dark brown wood. I have a hard time even with the flashlight, gauging my steps. I'm like,
They're just shaped weird, too,
Yeah.
so it's...
Yep, she took a nasty spill. But
Yeah, it's it hurt her ankle and everything. But I had to tell everybody, that's, in the heat of everything, when
Right.
you're hearing something, just be careful.
Yeah.
Don't just charge after it. Don't want, go.
You're fine.
Right.
I'm just I'm noticing things. Keep talking. Don't mind me.
And once again, I'm left alone here.
Uh-huh.
No, it was oh man. We were actually piecing together a lot of storyline last night with history and the interactions we were getting. So, we had some things happen upstairs in the old Masonic Lodge
Oh,
that
cool.
that has never happened before.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
It
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Keep talking by yourself.
We'll,
Amateur hour.
we'll get it about 10.
Sorry. And we're done. Time to wrap it up. Everything looks perfect.
But I don't even know where to start. It was it was almost like from the very beginning of if you haven't ever been there, the bank building is a 4-story bank from the 1880s, all made of limestone. It's still a lot of original things in there. It has four vaults still there that they still can't. Isla thinks she does have a combination to that now, but they haven't tried it yet.
God, I want to get in there so bad. I just want to see what it looks like.
I know the main vault in the entranceway is it's very large, but they have so many artifacts from the town
Oh, cool.
and the surrounding area and the county,
Right.
and just the it has what the timesheets or whatever the time logs, that they do for meetings and
Oh, wow.
townships and stuff like that.
Like the
town
meeting notes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the meeting notes.
Yeah.
They have the old mailbox from back in the day when it was
Wow.
still probably horse carried.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they have so
Holy
much
Christ.
artifacts, but they haven't been able to get it open since the very first time that Roth and Brendan and I actually went in there.
Yeah. Wow.
So we got to see it, but nobody else has gotten to see it, and it's been locked. But the other 3 vaults are open,
Right.
and they were getting a lot of interaction on the second floor, which is technically the 3rd floor.
If you count the basement. The basement, and
yeah.
then there's the main floor, number 1, and then second floor,
Yeah,
third floor.
the elevator's even weird.
Oh,
People
is
were
it?
having a hard time with trying to pick which button to push. But yeah, so basically from the main level, you go to the second floor, which is technically the 3rd floor.
Right.
The vault up there, everyone was having a very rough time being near that vault.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
They said there was a guy in there. A guy and
in the vault itself,
Uh-huh.
right? Okay. Yeah.
in the vault. But also others said that it was a female. And the female was actually up on the table.
Really?
And the reason why is because SLS captured
That's
it.
what I wondered. Yeah, that's what I figured.
So they did a trigger object. They put a baby doll in there, which was, I walked in. I hadn't been up there all night. And I walked in, and there's a baby doll with candy around it.
Right.
Kind of startled me a little bit with this little doll looking at me, because everything else is all vault looking, like a bank.
Yeah.
Then you have that. So yeah, I saw that this morning when I went up there to do a
Nice.
check, run through. But but yeah, they were getting. It was changing almost all night long.
That's
so,
interesting.
Yeah. Lena was there. She was doing readings for everybody. Lena Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lena. It's been a long time. How you doing? But I think she had a good time. And she was seeing things, but she was picking up on things that have experienced.
Nice.
So it helps solidify what we have all encountered there.
That's awesome.
I have to tell you, I mean, she thinks there's a spirit there that was connected to Cody.
Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
She's only been there, what, once or twice?
Well, she saw it, and I think her husband. I think he got a picture. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lena, if you're still watching us. I think he got a picture, or she saw him
Uh-huh.
right then. But he was standing right next, practically almost within, like right next to Cody, almost like shoulder to shoulder.
Really?
And he was kind of turned, but yet looking right back at Lena.
Interesting. I wonder who that could be.
Well, she said it was wearing Civil War clothing.
Interesting.
And if you think about it, Cody is the
Yeah,
only
military man.
active military person.
Right.
He's about ready to go off to the army,
Right.
and this figure kind of connected. So, we went upstairs, and I think Lena wanted to have us take a picture of Corporal Ness.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
the town and the county is based, who his
Right.
name, and he was a casualty during, I think it's called the Hurricane Creek battle.
Okay.
He died. He died 2 years into his service,
Wow, I didn't know that.
and there's only one known photograph, and it's up there. Only one
Right.
known
I couldn't
photograph of
remember that.
him.
Not just say that.
And they have a statue that's up for him, like in town somewhere. But they don't know where he's buried. He's just kind of an unmarked grave. They buried a whole bunch of people, just buried him.
Got a phone call
Oh,
coming
cool.
in from Lawrence, Kansas.
Nice. Might be Lena, hopefully.
You need plugged in, buddy?
I'm plugged in.
Alrighty.
Welcome to the Cryptic Heartland podcast. Who am I speaking with?
This is Lena.
Hey, Lena.
Hey, Lena.
Hey,
Am I getting the
how
stories
are you
wrong?
guys?
We're doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm good. I was going to tell you about that Union soldier,
Okay.
the Yankee.
Awesome.
Hey, Yankee. Okay.
So I was reading a client. I looked up, and Cody was standing there, and right behind him, shoulder to shoulder, there was this Union soldier, and I got a very clear, vivid image of him, and I just kind of went back to the reading, and then I realized, wait, he doesn't belong there.
Oh,
So I looked back up, and he was gone. But I saw him so clearly that I went and found a picture online and was able to show the picture that was online. And I said, this is what he looked like. This is what his uniform looked like. So I'm sure it was a Union soldier. But he was having dark hair and a dark mustache. And we kind of later established that maybe it's possible it could have been Corporal Noah Ness. But I'm pretty sure that's not possible because I'm pretty sure this one's name was Lucas or Luke.
Huh.
And I'm usually not real good with names, but it's usually not that far off. Like if I get Harold, it might be Carol. Or if I get an R name or something like that, it's usually an R name. So to get Luke, it probably doesn't fit with Noah.
interesting.
And so I think it's someone that maybe followed him back from his boot camp.
Oh.
Even though he was at a Confederate state location, maybe this person passed away in that state and now has followed him because he feels an attachment to him somehow.
And what did you say his name was? Luke?
Luke or Lucas.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Huh.
Got dark hair, a very thick mustache. He was probably about the same height as Cody, but he was wearing the cap, the jacket. The jacket was not buttoned up. He was not carrying all the gear, but the pants, the jacket, all of it matched.
Wow. That's awesome.
So it was pretty interesting. And I can verify that I heard those voices at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock this morning. That room was buzzing, but every time you would move or try to get up, it would stop.
That is crazy. That's interesting. And the place, once the nighttime hits, the city dies down. So it's not as if somebody was out there walking and then stopping and then talking. It was basically, sorry. I mean, it was more than likely, like you said, it was in the building itself.
We had some crazy stuff happen on the second floor too, but I think I'm going to leave those stories for Frank and Dan because they were with me. I did not experience some of the things that some of the other ladies did. I had a very calm experience. Had a lot of type activity when I was there. So, and we were using dowsing rods as well, but they were responding out loud to us.
Wow.
So
That's very cool.
I just wanted to call in and tell you guys some of the stories. But I had a blast. I want to thank you guys for letting me be there.
No, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That place. I remember. Yeah, that place. I've got some stories to tell about it here in a minute. So it was just.
Well, and I enjoyed the reading. We did a lot of great reading, and we had a lot of great activity with that. And I think a lot of the clients responded, really well to the investigation, the interactions they had with everybody, and dressing up was a blast.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
For those people who actually did read the the event thing and actually dressed up, there was quite a few. I mean, there was about half and half. So.
Cool.
So I will let you guys go. You guys have a great night and a great show. I'm going to keep watching.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, thanks as usual, Lena, for joining us. We appreciate you coming out. Sorry I
Well,
missed
and
it this time.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in Wilson. So let's get that on.
Absolutely.
Let's get that going.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very cool.
Yeah, we got to get more spots sold. So
Very cool.
we're hopefully get that done in the next week.
Yep.
So
Very cool.
Well, you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you.
okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks, Lena.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I'm going to try to set the Facebook feed up one more time just so everyone out there knows. At about 8:01, I'm going to shut the feed down, and then we will be back live, hopefully on both platforms. But if not, we'll definitely at least be back on YouTube almost immediately. So that's my last-ditch effort to get Facebook running tonight. If it doesn't work, then we'll just have to run with YouTube tonight.
And we'll definitely upload it to Facebook later on.
Yeah.
At this episode. So
Yeah.
Very cool.
So.
So we apologize.
You give up, Jason?
I give up. The beast always wins over man, so it's
I
just
thought
how
food
it is.
won. Man versus food.
Oh.
Shouldn't talk about food. I'm already hungry as it is.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
That's all I need is to. What we're gonna do is Jeremiah's gonna shut down the feed here in just a second, reboot it, and try to get both of them up at the same time, like normal. So
Okay.
about
We can
8:01
take a
he
break.
said.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
that'd be a
I
quick
mean,
break.
yeah, we can go ahead and take a break now if you guys want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Maybe we come back with less noise and more video. So.
Yep. You can look for us to be back at 8:02.
Please stay tuned.
We'll talk to you in a bit.